Hey, what's up people? Pizzal here, and this is a video for all you UltraViolet users out there. I know a lot of you out there have gone digital when it comes to your media, when it comes to movies, when it comes to video games, when it comes to music. Physical media is kind of going by the wayside, but it's instances like what's transpired today that makes me very thankful that I am very much a physical media kind of guy. Now, if you're an UltraViolet user, you probably woke up this morning with this email from UltraViolet in your inbox, basically letting you know that as of July 31st of this year, UltraViolet will be no more. As per Variety, UltraViolet currently has more than 30 million users who collectively store more than 300 million movies and television shows in their cloud libraries. 300 million movies and TV shows. Wow. And Variety is also pointing the finger at Disney as the reason why UltraViolet is shutting down shop. Now, UltraViolet had all of the major studios behind them. They had Walmart behind them. Irrefutably, the nation's largest brick and mortar retailer. All of them were down with UltraViolet with one exception, and that's Disney. Now, that tells you how powerful Disney is. That Disney is the one studio that did not sort of jump on the UltraViolet bandwagon, and Variety is blaming Disney for UltraViolet's ultimate downfall, including the fact that iTunes, Amazon, and Google Play never joined UltraViolet because of the market's fragmentation. Now, back to the email from UltraViolet. They're really trying to smooth things over and say, look, don't worry, all of your media stored in the cloud will be there. You're not going to lose anything. Don't worry about it. The email plainly states you can continue to access your UltraViolet movies and TV shows through the retailer's links to your UltraViolet library. You can also continue to purchase new movies and TV shows and redeem digital codes by following the redemption instructions. Depending on the retailer, these new purchases and redemptions may or may not be added to your UltraViolet library. Linking your UltraViolet library to additional retailers can maximize your access to the library and help avoid potential disruption. But this part of the email gives me pause. It reads, after the shutdown date, your UltraViolet library will automatically close, and in the majority of cases, your movies and TV shows will remain accessible at previously linked retailers. The keywords there are in the majority of cases, not in all cases. So if you are one of the 30 million UltraViolet users out there, the majority of you will not have any issues accessing the content in your UltraViolet cloud. The majority of you will not have a problem. Some of you will have a problem, is what this email is saying. Now, if you recall, a few months ago, I did a video about a iTunes user who noticed that some of the content that he had purchased through iTunes was no longer showing up in his playlist. It had been deleted, and he had no way to access that content again aside from repurchasing it. Now it looks like with UltraViolet shutting down, some users will have issues getting access to the content that they've stored in that cloud, which bolsters my argument. When it comes to digital ownership of this kind of content, you don't really own it. You're basically renting it. The email goes on to detail what you should do now. Log into your UltraViolet account. Do not disconnect or unlink your UltraViolet library at this point, and basically just keep your eyes peeled for further communications from UltraViolet. I don't know. I'm very happy that I've not sort of embraced digital ownership of content, at least with movies. I'm very happy that I've remained very faithful to physical media up to this point. Because again, and I stress, when you use digital codes, when you use digital copies, there's no ownership. There's no ownership of that content. You're only renting it, and you're storing it in a cloud that is not very reliable. So keep that in mind. If you guys are members of UltraViolet, if you got this email, please let me know your thoughts on UltraViolet shutting down. Are you in fear of losing some of the content that you've purchased, or some of the content that you store in the UltraViolet cloud? Please let me know your thoughts on this whole situation down in the comments section below. If you don't follow me on social media, those links are in the description. And if you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Join the A Buck a Month Club and help support my channel on Patreon. Thank you to my current patrons: Kevin Smythe, Orc145626, B-Movie Mike, Robert Sobel, Turi Delamore, Stephen Flanagan, Lori Holt, Mitch Odell, Farron Sutton, Craig Farrand, Jeremiah Lambert, Grindhouse Grotto, Joseph Charlesworth, Chris Earls, Derek Jana, Demon Waffles, Tim Williams, Stone Gassman, Zachary Barton, Mr. Bibby86, James Welch, Eli Geisler, Jeff Overing, Cliff Hostetter, Kyle McGuire, Jay the Stingray, Lauren Dixon, Travis Davis, Dave Barnes, Jonathan Lundy, Chris Parsons, Chris Gonzalez, Trenton Bowser, Alan Scott, and Vic Corbin. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.